Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you very much for joining me here. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a fantastic and phenomenal weekend. Let's take a quick look here at Bitcoin, see what's going on. I'm just going to double check a couple of liquidation areas and just kind of advise, best practice in situations like this. And you'll hear me say in most cases the best trade is no trade on a weekend. That should hold true regardless of what kind of weekend, unless we're back in a bullish market. Because right now, most things are going to get hammered quickly if Bitcoin pulls back. Just be mindful of that. However, Bitcoin does have a lot of buying pressure. If we take a look here at our premium here, I actually have just kind of a whale alert type of thing here. And we can see 73 million unusual activity buying there in 15 minutes on Binance. So manipulation as per usual, a lot of big purchasing going on there. We did also secure some nice profits on a long position for Solana. We also have a long open with XRP and Bitcoin. Both are currently in profit. Now, when we take a look here at the liquidation range, first of all, we've talked about this previously. It's kind of a dead horse here, but the simple way to understand it is that 83,000 is that heavy concentration below, and 87,000 to 88K is that upper concentration. So it does seem sensible now that we're getting closer to the upside that the price keeps going higher. And I said that the same thing for the downside too. You just have to presume that the price is going to continue to go in that same direction once it gets closer to those liquidation levels, because market makers are very, very good at manipulating the market to sweep any late shorts or late longs and to essentially hit the L reset button for high leverage traders. So just know that that's a thing. Liquidation delta, basically implying here that we've shifted bullish. Now, this is not super trustworthy. It's a weekend, folks. Please understand that low volume breeds, uncertain trading conditions, okay? But we're right smack dab in the middle of this open interest range. So we can just see this heavy accumulation at 48,500, 48.7 rather, upwards about 85.5. So we're kind of in this tight little range of open interest, basically implying that we're going to see a breakout here soon, okay? And that's common. We can already kind of see the breakout occurring here with our break from our bullish pennant pattern here. Now, keep in mind, bull pennant patterns are not like specific or exact, and they don't always break to the upside. But in this case, it has and did, because it retested and kind of centralized itself with this center line, if you will. And this is the point of control at 84,500. But usually you'll see that's why they kind of come into like a type of triangle pattern. If they break below that center line, then generally speaking, we're going to break down. In this case, we stayed above that center line. So roughly continuing higher. So that's kind of where we're at there. We also are in a rectangle pattern too. So we got like a bull pattern within a bull pattern. Okay. So it's like a, it's kind of, I forget the name of that movie. Somebody had to comment below, where there's like a dream within a dream. Some reason I can't see it. Oh, Inception. That's the one. Yeah. So this is like an Inception bullish type of pattern, right? So we got multiple confirming factors going higher, not just because of patterns, folks. You got to recognize there's other things that contribute to that. You don't attach yourself to patterns, but we have more than one going in the same direction, and then everything else is moderately bullish, the likelihood of further upside is higher, okay? So I just have to give you a caveat here. It's a weekend and anything can happen, but we're hanging out above 50 in the RSI on the daily time frame. I don't love how low the money flow index is, but it's going to show that it's low because it's still taken into consideration the previous 14 days, and there was some really significant selling pressure. So once more, money flow index can be a very false positive. A lot of folks don't realize that. You got to kind of look at the time frame and recognize it goes back 14 candles. So let's take a look here on the 4-hour time frame. We're above all moving averages, all SMAs. We're over the local point of control here. So ever since we've been in this lower range of just say 78 to 90K, we've seen the most amount of volume at 84,000. So 84K is just that macro support is the best way to understand it, at least within the last 2 months worth of trading. So roughly since Trump took office, that's essentially what we're looking at. People were buying the most at 84,000. We can see here as well, MACD is trying to converge here, or is converging. We're over 50 in the RSI here as well. There's not much. You'd have to be reaching to see any type of bearish type of divergence. I'm sure there's somebody saying there's a hidden bearish divergence somewhere online, letting you know that you take a trade solely based on this one thing. But when you do take a trade, you're basically building a case as to whether or not it's worthwhile to do so or not. Okay. So to give you perspective, we took a long at in the 84K range, mainly because we had a lot of contributing factors on Thursday. That was 2 days ago. Those same contributing factors are still present. Okay. The only caveat here is it's a weekend, holiday weekend, and you got to recognize that things can get a little funky on weekends. So that's the only thing that could throw things off. The very last thing, of course, is a fundamental catalyst, and I mentioned this in my Twitter post here, or X essentially, is that if we do see a Bart Simpson play out, and I know it sounds kind of funny, but it's kind of one of these terms where the price comes up like this, gives a nice little haircut and pulls right back down, and you can put like a Bart Simpson head right in here. That's essentially what could happen. That's a fundamental catalyst. That would be a potential likelihood if things kind of shift here for us. So overall, I really don't think that's going to happen, but this is a weekend. Anything could occur. We could get some idiotic post from Trump, and it all goes to hell. So there's that too. But everything else looks pretty nice and awesome, I would say, mostly positive, and that's what we got to look at, right? So just know, as always comes with a disclaimer, it's a weekend. Be very careful trading weekends. Ensure you adjust your trade into profit if you can. It doesn't matter if the trade comes down and closes you at break even, you make no profit. What's important is you don't lose, because this market is full of losers and very few winners, and the winners are the ones taking profits, which we do ourselves consistently. That's why you saw those profits from our Solana trade here, not getting greedy, even though the price action is just a little bit above our profit target. I think we hit 139 for our take profit. So I think it's 133 to 139 roughly. Anyways, conversation for another day. I'll cover that here soon. Thanks so much for watching and being an amazing part of my life. Be sure I get the question a lot about this here. Yes, this promotion is available until April 26th. There's another week left. Make sure you take advantage. If you are part of our trading community, that's available for you too already. Okay. I hope you have a good one though, folks. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.